Kendall, welcome back to my channel. We're now doing things the K-Biv way. So if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I bought a house. And it's crazy because I didn't even do that many videos in my apartment. But I do live in Minnesota now. If some of you guys are following me from when I lived in North Carolina. Yeah, I moved to Minnesota a year ago, about 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I think I'm in my office, and I think this is gonna be like one of the backgrounds that I use. I'm trying to get some things together, but this video is long overdue. Like, I've been sharing this because I've owned the house since September, and it's now November, and I was saying that I was gonna do a video, but things kept coming up. My SD card broke when I went to do a video, so I'm finally ready. It snowed a lot this morning, so I figured let me just go ahead and get it out the way. So I'm going to try to break the videos up into 2 different parts because some people don't like watching long videos. But basically, I don't even know. I would honestly say when I was in college. I went to college at North Carolina A&T State University, the illustrious, the best to ever do it, and that's in 1891. So when I lived in Greensboro, I thought that I was going to settle down there, and real estate in the South is literally so cheap. I was thinking about it even the other day, like, wow, imagine how much house I would have if I had bought a house down there for the same amount that I bought this house for. But anyways, I was thinking about, I've always thought about buying a house because just about every home ownership like runs in my family. So I've been thinking about it like for the past 6 years. I'm 25 now. And I used to always look at houses on Zillow. I used to always just dream about and kind of like think about what I would want in a house. So I would say that that's the #1 thing that I would do is decide what you want in a house. If that's 3 bedrooms, if that's, you know, like 2 bathrooms, I was always doing research. A lot of research before you even get into like the process, because you always just want to be informed. This is like probably the biggest purchase you'll ever make in your life, your first home, and it's a lot of things that you could like a lot of mistakes that you could prevent from happening if you do a lot of research. So I was doing all of that, like I said, for a really long time, and even I believe I lived in Charlotte too, Charlotte, North Carolina, and I had gotten pre-approved because I lived down there for a year, and again I thought that I was going to stay there. I got pre-approved, or I tried to get pre-approved for a house, but I didn't have enough income at the time. I was making like less than $50,000, which is fine if you do, but I also had a lot of debt. So I had to figure out my debt to income ratio, and I think, you know, my car wasn't paid off. I have a lot of student loans. I talked about that on here before. I might have like some credit card debt. So all of that was weighing against me, you know, and the ratio was just way off. And one thing you want to know is that these pre-approvals do hit your credit. So of course you want to make sure that your credit score is on point. It depends on the type of mortgage loan you want to get. You can get FHA, or you can get a conventional, or you can get a VA loan. I think those are the main 3. I have a, well, I'll talk about that later in the next video. But yeah, you want to make sure that you know what you need to do for each type of loan. So for for FHA loan, your credit score can be a little bit lower, but you also have to know that a lot of homeowners, they get to choose what type of loan they want to accept because you're buying their house. So some people say that people, I won't even say discriminate, but like they would choose a conventional loan over an FHA loan. So take that into consideration when you're thinking about like how high you want your credit score to be, or where your credit score is now, and like the timeline between like where you are now and when you want to buy the home. And I'll leave some information down in the description box too. Credit scores, where you can get information about the different types of loans. So I was looking into all of that, and I also wanted to say that you want to make sure that you're not just getting every single bank or every single loan officer to pre-approve you, because they get probably like bonuses and you know, like points for pre-approving people. Not saying that they don't want to help you, but if you're not serious about this, then I would say don't keep getting pre-approvals, because that stuff will hit your credit too, and it's a hard hit. It's not just, you know, like, or it might not be just like a point or two. It might be like 10 or 20 points, depending on the company, what they run, what they're looking for, etc., etc. So you have to do your research about who you might want to get your loan with. And for me, I would suggest possibly like if you have a credit union, because they have a history of like having more options for people if you have a lower income, or if you just need a lot more products. They offer a lot more products than like big banks, because credit unions, you know, they for the people. Once you do all that, you've done all your research, you know your credit score, you know like who you might possibly want to bank with, you've done your research. You should have been started saving, you know, like, you know, that's a part of it, right? That you gotta have some savings in the bank, and you have to have even more savings on top of that. So once you have your savings, you need to have more savings, because you don't know like how much you're gonna have to put down. Things might come up when you buy the house, and all this. Like I said, in the next video, I'll explain like my personal, I won't even call them struggles, but things that happened to me when I was in the process of buying my house, like a bill just comes, or like, okay, we thought it was going to be this amount, but we reran the numbers because that was an estimate. We reran the numbers and you actually need this amount. So have a savings. I won't tell you how much you need to save, because I don't want y'all coming in my DMs, emailing me, talking about you told me I needed to save $10,000 and I actually needed $20,000. People throw those numbers out there like it's the same for every single person, and it's not. And then you want to, of course, find a realtor that you really like. My realtor was amazing. She is amazing. I still talk to her to this day, even after I bought the house. Like, I had some questions, I still slid her DMs, text her, called her, whatever. You want to make sure that you have somebody who's going to like fight for you. Because if you get in a multiple offer situation and you really want this house, and your realtor is like taking their time, doesn't send the offer right away, the offer has like mistakes or things that, you know, they ain't no point, okay? They ain't no point. You don't want somebody like that. So you need to interview them the same way. It's a job, and they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get paid regardless. If you feel like they did a good job, or if you feel like they did a bad job. Once you're in that contract with them, chances are you can't work with anybody else. So you need to make sure that you have a team that's gonna fight for you. And you need to do the same thing with the bank. So my loan officers and my realtors, an amazing team, amazing women that just help me out so much, and I'll share more about them later too. So once you have like your dream team and you're ready to like start looking for houses, you've already been pre-approved, you know how much house you can shop for, it's time to start looking. You want to like hit the streets, look at houses, as many as you want. Don't settle for anything. One thing that I did is I sent over my realtor a list of like wants and do not wants. Actually, I have it in my phone. I'll share a little bit with you guys. But when I tell you my house is, y'all know I'm a Christian. When I tell you my house is everything I wanted plus more, okay. So the deal breakers for me were corner lots and busy streets. I don't want either one of those. I got a 6-year-old. Also, like I said, I live in Minnesota. It just snowed today. I don't want to have to shovel the side and the back too, and all of that. So those are my deal breakers. My nice to haves were a basement, a garage / driveway, or personal off-street parking, updated house with a porch and open floor plan. And my must-haves were 3 or more bedrooms, 15 to 20-minute commute to school and work, and in a backyard, a grass and space for Miles to play. So make sure that you, like I said, your realtor knows what you want, so that because they're gonna come across some houses that you might not be able to come across because they know people in the industry. They have access to like certain platforms that have certain houses on it that you might not be able to see. So it's good to be looking on your own, but you also want to like make sure your realtor is 100% like updated about like what you want and what you need and what you absolutely do not want to see. So if you don't want to see no 2-bedroom houses, be like, look, homegirl, homeboy, if it's 2 bedrooms, don't even send it to me at all, period, point blank. And then once you find your house, it's like, I wouldn't say that, it's almost over. Like once you put your offer in, one thing that I did that I'll share in the next video is I wrote a letter to the homeowner. And some people say you want to include your picture, but my realtor told me that I think maybe that might be illegal in the near future, or you might not want to do it because you don't want somebody to look at your picture and be like, oh, I don't want them living in my house. A letter is fine, a sincere letter about the house, why you want to move in it, what you see yourself doing with it. And you can do this, you should, I would say, do this for any house that you put an offer on. If you're going in low on what the asking price is, you might want to mention in your letter like things that you plan on doing to the house to upgrade it, to update it, and why you're giving a low offer. If you are doing if you really want this house, talk about all the things that you see in the house, why you really want it, and why they should pick you. Again, because they might be looking at multiple letters and multiple offers, and you just want to be genuine and sincere. Like, this is their house. You never know if this was their first house or memories that they might have had in the house. And selling your house, I just got here, but I can't imagine like giving this up. This is like my baby, so to pass it on to somebody else, I would want to pass my house on to somebody that I know is going to take good care of it. So yeah, have your letter once they submit the offer, and then you keep doing that until hopefully you get the house that you need. But then after that, it's basically just up to the realtors and the loan officers and the banks to do their part, get all the paperwork ready, and it can be very stressful. So just make sure that you are prepared, whether you're like however far out your closing date is from the time that your offer gets accepted, that you're just open and prepared, that you're praying, that you're thankful, you're in a grateful mood, because it can really, really wear you out. Like, they will ask you for, matter of fact, I'm gonna link a video in.
Began the mortgage loan process recently, as some of you know, and I didn't know that they required so many items. They asked me for my P&L for my business, for tax returns, for bank statements. Last night I received an email from my lender, and she asked me to attach my soul. They've asked for my blood type, last night's dream. I even responded to the email by CCing both.
They will be asking you for everything. How many chicken wings you ate 6 months ago? And I'm just like, look, y'all, you have everything. I have given you every single thing. Y'all, when I tell you these people wanted to know where, it was like $6 from Etsy. Maybe it was less than $20. They were like, yeah, we need to know, where this money came from. Like, I had to write a letter explaining like where the income was coming from. It's serious, okay? It's serious. And some people might say it shouldn't be that serious, but just be open to like the entire process. It's just about like all the tips that I have for you. I'm 25, I'm a single mother. I live in this state by myself, no family, but with God, you can literally do anything. If I can do it, then you can do it. If you have any questions, let me know. My Instagram, all my information is down below. I'll be doing like some home tours and like showing you guys my rooms and decor and all of that. So yeah, I wish you all the best of luck and happy house hunting. Bye guys.